I call Rhea Bond.
Mr Chair, I'm pleased to rise on behalf of New Zealand First and take this call on the Construction Contracts Amendment Bill. I've trawled through Hansard, I've read the supplementary order papers, and this was an order for me to completely understand. The intentions of this bill were clear and what it was hoping to achieve, and also with the effect the supplementary order papers may have to improve this bill. I found commentary from the Commerce Select Committee very informative, and in particular, Mr Chair, the commentary regarding retentions, and that this has been a real concern. And Mr Chair, I'd like to quote the commentary. "We were concerned to hear that many contractors may be misusing retentions as working capital, delaying payment or holding retention amounts disproportionate to the contract prices. This behaviour undermines the sector's growth and productivity. While it is outside the scope of this bill, we are encouraged to hear the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment is giving priority to addressing these issues. We urge the Ministry to continue to work with industry players and look forward to policy solutions in legislation in early 2014. Then I read the debate pack provided by Parliamentary Library, and under the legal commentary, where, again, I'll quote, "It is long established practice in New Zealand and internationally for retentions to be held under construction contracts to ensure that, if there are defective works, the head contractor or principal is able to recover the cost of fixing these defects. In the wake of the main Zeal collapse, where subcontractors' retentions were unsecured debts and main Zeal's liquidation, amendments were seen as necessary to protect payment of retentions to subcontractors and head contractors." What these two commentaries, Mr Chair, tell me is that the biggest losers here were in fact the subbies. They are the plasterers, the painters, the bricklayers, the drain layers, the plumbers, the electricians. Where has their protection been in this last 2 years? It's the subbies that have been shafted and left out of pocket, all because developers and contractors withheld the retention money and they moved it to other projects. This placed more risk on that money, even further, because they actually turned around and then used it for working capital. As I mentioned earlier, the millions lost in the collapse of Mainzeal and the subcontractors having no legal protection whatsoever was a real concern. We have seen with the Canterbury rebuild, Mr Chair, that homeowners have had two options available to them. One, go through the EQC and use the government contractors, or two, opt out. Do your own research and select a private contractor or company. Where another issue that this bill does not address is the substandard work carried out that has in fact left some homeowners unable to seek a remedy from the contractors or companies because they've disappeared, been struck off the company's register list, then the next day, like a pop-up shop, come along, a new company, a new name, open for business, subjecting more homeowners that would leave no apparent way for them to take possible legal action, because not only has the contractor avoided responsibility, but so have the companies. This bill has taken 2 years since the first reading in June 2013. And in my question to the Minister is, why has this taken so long? Good point. Because, Mr Chair, everyone knows from small to medium-sized businesses that time is money. Time is money. Perhaps spending more time on a real issue, such as this bill, and not changing our flag would have been more appropriate.
Order. That's not part of the bill.
Sorry, Mr Chair. I am pleased to see, Mr Chair, that the Minister has sought further advice and listened to concerns raised earlier this year by members of this House. New Zealand First is pleased the supplementary order paper number 106 introduced to amend the Construction Contracts Amendment Bill replaces SOP number 52. So this will make provisions in the Construction Contracts Act 2002, the Principal Act, for retentions being money withheld by one party to a construction contract from money payable to another party to the contract as security for the performance of obligations under the contract. Mr Chair,
Ria Bond.
New Zealand First supports this bill, Mr Chair.